Hey all, today we're going to do a quick cover of the new Stones single, Angry, off of Hackney Diamonds. If you haven't heard it, it's great. You should go listen to it. It's fantastic. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, just because it's pretty simple, and I think it's one of those songs that if you really want to learn it, it's more beneficial for you to learn it by ear rather than rather than having someone teach it to you. I mean, I'll give you the chords. It's just B and E major. I'm pretty sure Keith's doing open G. I mean, I can hear the I can hear him doing that kind of major lick at one point on the left channel. That's Keith. The right channel is Ronnie Wood. He definitely does those major, like he does that right before the chorus, except I think he does it way up here. Yeah, but it's just B and E major. Switches back and forth between that for the verses, and then I think on the chorus it's just E to B. I think they just reverse it. And then for the second half of the chorus, it's always just C sharp minor to A. And then they go back into the verse, and that's really the only thing. Those are the only chords, 4 chords, typical Stones tune. So I think the most beneficial thing to have taught is Keith Richards' guitar solo from the middle section of the song, right after the piano comes in, because it's fantastic. It's well paced. All the notes are chosen. Obviously you can tell he's getting older, but I think he is getting really good at just prioritizing the notes that he plays over how many notes that he plays. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, it's in the B minor pentatonic. Obviously, the song's in B major. So it's gonna be in that B minor pentatonic. So it starts off with a lick. It starts off with this lick. Sorry. So that's the piano comes in, and then the bass does a little walk down, and then Keith goes. So all that is you've got your, if you move your standard pentatonic box up here, it's all, pretty much the whole solo is right there. I mean, he switches back here a little bit, but a lot of it's right in that modified box that's on the B string. So, I'll just run through it real quick. The pentatonic, when you're up there, is going to be the B string on the, 15th? Jesus. 13, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, 17th. 17th fret down to 17th fret down to the 15th, 14th fret. And then on the B string, you're going to, 17th, 15th. Then the G string, it's going to be 16th to 14th. And then on the D string, it'll be 16th to 14th. And then again on the D string, 14th to 12th. And then, you got your standard pentatonic up here. If you don't know it, look it up. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so that lick is just going from kind of like that, the 15th back down to the 12th. And that's how he opens the solo. And then he kind of slides up. Like that. And then he does that kind of Chuck Berry, real bluesy lick. So that's going to be your ring finger on the 9th fret on the G string, and the 8th fret on the B string, and you're going to slide up 2 frets. And then that lick is kind of a little difficult to get because he does that a couple times. Like that. So he kind of like lets go of the strings almost. And then just lets that note on the 7th fret ring out. So like that. And then he bends the string in like this country lick. This has probably got his ring finger on the 10th fret on the B string, and his middle finger on the 9th fret on the G string. He keeps the B string stable, but he bends that G string up. And then so he goes back 2 frets to the 7th fret on the G string, and then the 9th fret on the D string. So what we have up until this point. And then the end of the solo, you're just bending that B string on the, oh God, what is it, 17th fret down to the 15th. And then you G string on the 16th fret and give it some vibrato, you know. He does that 3 times, and then to end the solo, he comes onto the D string at the 14th fret, and he bends it up. And he just does that, kind of like that standard blues bend, you know. He bends it up down to the 12th fret on the D string, and then on the A string, he hits that note on the 12th fret, 14th fret a couple times. So all together, the whole solo goes something like this. Then he throws in a couple licks after that, but that's the main body of the solo. So I think that's really, really important to learn there, because I think it demonstrates a couple of things. For one, it's an easy solo. It's even easier than like Gimme Shelter if you're a beginner guitarist. It's tasteful, you know. There's good tone. He really kind of milks the notes for all they're worth. A lot of good things to take from that solo: vibrato, sliding, changing your position in that pentatonic scale. I mean, really, Keith Richards has only ever used the pentatonic scale, and he's made a 60-year-long career out of it. So, you know, I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you're here watching this, he's probably your cup of tea. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of really great things to learn. You know, not every solo is about playing blindingly fast. You know, if that's your thing, that's great, but you got to learn to slow down. You know, don't be like Steve Vai. Granted, he's much more talented than I am, so maybe I don't have a right to talk shit about him. But you know, Steve Vai plays real fast, and I never really hear any of the note. You know, I mean, sometimes I do. Like his track from Halo 2 is pretty good, but I think generally, you know, he's just a shredder. It's about how fast he can play the notes. It's not about what notes he's playing. You know, with Keith Richards, he really knows how to get all he can out of the notes. You know, so I mean, that's such a great, you know, that lick at the end of the solo. You know, he really, really milks that root note for all it's worth. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I think it's a great song. If you haven't listened to it, you know, Stones are back, baby. I mean, no two ways about it. You know, I was really scared for this record. But I mean, the playing's fantastic. You know, that's a tasty riff right there. Oh my God, I fucked that up. I mean, that's just some classic Stones right there. You know, I know he's played the same thing a million times over, but it just sounds good every time. You know. Also, that chorus, I mean, that was kind of a curveball that Keith threw at us there. Well, I don't know if it's Keith. He said Mick wrote it, but... You know, that's a curveball for the Stones. Throwing in a key change and a minor chord and a chorus, that's pretty incredible. But it's, you know, it's catchy. It's got a lot of energy to it. You know, the tone on the guitars is phenomenal. Ronnie Wood's playing on that right channel. Really listen to that. I mean, there's one lick he plays at some point. I think it's just... something like that. I don't know. He like gets real low on the... I don't know what it is yet. I gotta, you know, he really like milks these like low bassy notes on that right channel. It's in the second verse. It's phenomenal. You know, and then he does that, oh God, it would be... Oh, that's A minor. Yeah, he does like the... right before every chorus, you know. Yeah, so sorry about rambling about it, but I'm so excited. You know, I'm such a Stones fanatic. Oh, it's such a good song, man. I'm so happy that they're back. It seems like they're better than ever. You know, I mean, this is... Well, that's not true. This is an Exile on Main Street, but you know what? From a couple old 80-year-old dudes, I'll take Angry any day. It's a great song, I think. And Steve Jordan, he does a really great job, I think. You know, not emulating Charlie, but paying homage to him. You know, Steve Jordan's definitely his own drummer on this track, but he fits in pretty well. And you know, I was pretty skeptical about them continuing without Charlie. I'm glad to see that, you know, Charlie knew what he was talking about when he said replace me with Steve Jordan if anything ever happens to me, because Steve's a hell of a player, and he's got the groove down, especially in that second half of the song after the solo. I mean, he's got that hi-hat, he's got the hi-hat in there, and it's a very Charlie Watts kind of rhythm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sorry about rambling about it. I can't say enough good stuff about Angry. I think it's a great song. I really do. It's a lot of fun. And again, that solo is just like, especially that opening. That's such a good lick, you know. Really great. But anyway, good luck.